right, a very good morning to you, and thank you so much for joining us on the program. It is a platform, the pinnacle of all discussion this morning. My name is Ginika Olwa. Now, the much talked about touts invading the streets of both Umuahia and Aba has become a source of worry for most Abians. Recall that upon assumption of office, Governor Alex Oti made it mandatory to end the menace of touts harassing motorists in the state. Abians breathed the air of freedom as the activities of those touts were quite suffocating, especially on the roads and motor parks. Today on the program, I'm sure you've been following development. The touts are back this time with renewed vigor to make life unbearable for the people. That is what we'll be focusing today on the program. We'll look at it critically and know exactly how this issue of touting in Umuahia Metropolis can be curbed. Thank you so much once again. My name is Ginika Olwa. Now, joining me this morning here in the studio to look at this issue is the special advisor to the mayor of Umuahia North on revenue and policy formulation, Comrade Nelson Oluocha. Good morning, Nelson. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Hey, good morning, Nika. And good morning to all our listening audience.
Welcome. Maybe we should just start with the revenue sources. How are you getting your revenue? What revenue sources does the Umuahia North Local Council have as we speak today?
Okay, thank you very much. To start with, we must say this, that Umuahia North must work for good to the citizens of Umuahia North. And Abia State too must work, because we have no other local government, we have no other state. Then back to the question, the revenue windows as given to us by the Board of Internal Revenue and also enshrined in the Constitution and other bylaws for the local governments are just too numerous, in as much as we've been working in hands with the BIR. So to have a consolidated engagement, and in fact the latest is they are developing a portal for where all these engagements must be automated for the benefit of transparency and accountability. In fact, after this program, there is a meeting we are going to sit with the BIR chairman, so that we can fine-tune all these engagements. So far, we at the local government level have been doing much on our side to make sure we return sanity to the streets of Umuahia, knowing that Umuahia is the state capital of Abia State. And one thing that has been very evident is that this is really tough. Managing human beings is very tough, especially when you have a system that have made everything go beyond what it uses to be, and we're just trying to start from somewhere and pick the pieces. So on revenue engagements, you have the motor park activities, which is there for the local government. You have the birth and death and marriage registration. Death and marriage registration is there as a revenue window for the local government. You have fines and some rates, habitation, property rates. There you have business registrations and permits, a shop and kiosk. You also have activities of butchers, slaughterhouses. You go beyond, you have registration of churches, mosque, and other, like even in the constitution, activities of ASEPA falls within the purview of the local government. But we're not talking about that for now, because there's already an agency handling that. You have the obstruction engagements. You still have other windows like the street namings and markets, levies, and all that. So that's all I can remember for now, because I didn't come with the doc.
It's okay. You know why we started this way? Because we are trying to see how you've been going about the enforcement. Because that's where the real issue is. You have revenue windows, yes, but how do you go about the enforcement? Because that is where the rancor has been. Now, in terms of enforcement, we are trying to find out who are supposed to collect this revenue for you. I know that upon assumption of office, the governor actually said, that the state will have a single treasury account where every money, whether you're generating revenue from any part of the state, it goes to a particular account. Are you also part of this, or you have your own?
Okay, well, yes, like I said, we'll be meeting with the local government and the Board of Internal Revenue have been meeting. In fact, the latest memo we got from the BIR is that the local government should furnish the BIR their dedicated revenue account, so which can be incorporated into the automation that they are doing. Because what they are doing is, for the 17 local government, all your revenue windows, using an app, once it paid, it goes into your account, and the mayors and other revenue agents are the back end to see the dashboard of revenue activities and summary of that local government. Then every local government have their own revenue account, which you must write to BIR to take note that this is the only account, and all forms of revenue funds or generations goes directly into that account. Then on terms of enforcement, the truth, I must tell you that it has been tough, and we have come into, because the population is growing every day. If you come to Umuahia, particularly the Ishigate,
yes,
you won't believe your eyes the number of people that makes use of that particular spot. You understand? The traffic, the gridlock, and everything. Then coming to the motor park, starting from there, upon assumption of office, we have to make the operators, one, you have to do a letter to the local government, the mayor office of the mayor, as a motor park operator, that you have your own motor line, like a company of some sort. You wish to be a commuter. Sorry, like you wish to be an operator that conveys people from Umuahia to some other parts of the state or the country.
You mean for commercial motorists? For
commercial motorists.
Okay.
So that application, and for you to get that application, you have to pay the sum of 250,000 to get a permit to operate. For some big companies, and for those unbranded ones, they will pay 100,000. So, which a lot of them have applied for that. The measure is, and a guideline was given to them on their modus of operation. You understand? Secondly, we understood that most, and this money was paid into the revenue accounts of the local government, which was communicated to the BIR. Then, on the parts of moving them, we noticed that they load indiscriminately along the streets, everywhere they can find that they have space to park. You see them shouting, calling on passengers and all that. We have to tell them, so look, no, use one side of the road. That's why we move them into that space between trade mall properties and the gate, just that space.
Okay, there. That cooperative.
No, not cooperative. On this other side, opposite slots.
Okay.
That space there. Okay. So we are using almost the railway. That axis.
Okay.
So that they all can be on one side and do their engagements and activities.
Now, before they paid, did you actually tell them this is the place you're supposed to be, or you just collected money? And this kind of thing, once someone collects money, it gives him that entitlement mentality to go anywhere and start loading.
No. They all are cooperating. They are loading at the place we ask them to be on the temporary basis, because the mayor has made, in fact, he has made the governor on need to establish a standard motor park. In fact, activities are going on to expand Okigwe Park and Aba Park. As I speak to you now, the architects are doing the drawings to redesign. So for the time being, we must create an alternative for these guys, because you don't just push them off the street. You can't solve one problem and you create four, because most of them don't have any other means of livelihood. So we just have to organize them, and as I can tell you, they have cooperated with that directive. You can no longer see them on the road loading their buses. But the main menace is the keke people. In fact, I feel the number of keke in this town or city is over 10,000. That's in fact, on a particular, if you go to Ishigate now, you can see that we've tried to move or clear them off the road. Look, you can't load on the road. And the problem is, some property owners have developed their properties to the road. In fact, the setbacks are gone. People no longer have a space to walk. They have to walk on the road. The keke or commercial transporters don't have any other place to park. They must park on the road. And you see that this our road within Umuahia is just like a double lane. And when you just park, you've taken one lane of the road, affecting others. To some property, everybody have done extensions to the drainage. Most drainage systems are covered. And by the standard of design, town planning design, after the road, after the drainage, you give some certain meters a setback before you can build. And this is a space where pedestrians can use. And when somebody wants to park to get something, he can clear off the road and park. But you find out that people have built either fences or checks, everything to this drainage. You find out that the commercial vehicles or even private owners that wishes to park to get something, they don't have any other place to park other than on the road. And the mayor have communicated the management of Umuahia Development Authority, so that we can collaborate and see what we can do to recover some of these egg bags, so that it can be an alternative.
Okay, listen, let's look at that Aba road. You talked about Aba Park. That's where you have these Ochedo long buses, right?
Oh, yes.
You're saying that it's going to be expanded. That small place,
No.
Or are you building a new one?
No, there. You have Umuahia Park.
Okay.
And you have Aba Park.
The other side.
On the other side. So we have seen a lot of conjecture. For now, we'll make do with what we have.
Those buses that park, that's Ochedo bus, those long buses that park along the road, why haven't you moved them right inside the Aba Park? Why are they still parking along that place, causing obstruction? In
fact, these directives have been given to them. In fact, some of those private operators, in the guideline given to them, they have to go and get their own parking lot. Do you understand? Because these vehicles are long. It might not contain the space of parks we have, might not be able to contain as much as they have. One of the operators have 67 of these buses. The other one has 80 something of them. So if you see they bring in, and that park alone loads over 70 something 70 something on the road daily. So if you see 70 of that is on the toe to load in a day, if they park on that road, you find out there will be no way. So we have encouraged them, look, you can go and get a property somewhere, buy and put your vehicle, so when it's time for them to load, they can come in and go and join their queue, so that they can be off the road. And until efforts are made to get a very suitable park that can accommodate, because the issue of transport system is a vast thing that requires good planning and consideration. Because in previous years, you know that this wasn't a problem. In fact, if there was a park there, nobody knew. But the population due to urban migration is increasing. So you find out that people must expand their businesses. So we must create an alternative for them to be on the time being. We've encouraged them to move their vehicles off the road.
So on this issue of obstruction, vehicle obstruction on the road and all that, so how do you solve it? You sent out to make sure that people do not obstruct, motorists do not obstruct the free flow of movement.
In fact, just like I said, everything has to do with crowd management and control, which is directed towards urban migration. What do I mean? Since yesterday, even this week, we've been meeting with the traffic management agencies and even our own obstruction agents from the local government. Let's come together, see how we can help our people. We have seen, just like I mentioned, there are people, the developers have taken over the setbacks where people, even somebody who has a shop, have built his shop to the drainage. When he comes, he owns a vehicle. When he comes to shop, he has no other place to park because he has extended his structures up to the drainage. You see him parking on the road. You understand? So we are looking of how to, let's say, okay, let's create a parking sign on one side of the road. We understand that we cannot achieve or start knocking down people's structures to recover the setbacks where others can use. But for the time being, let's have a marking sign that will direct them on where to park, so that you can park on one road. You can even overseas, you see people creating a parking pass, just like Umuahia North local government is there. If you want to have any business to do within Aba Road, Axis, Umuahia, you can quietly come inside the local government and park. Then you trek to where you want to go. The post office is there, and some other large space premises where you can go and park and walk to where you want to do. But our people would not even consider that their parking at some point might even obstruct the free flow of others. So when you now come and say, okay, you shouldn't park here, and some measures is taken by putting a ticketing on their dash, on their screen, and say, okay, come over to the local government because you've obstructed. And when these things are done, it means the owner of the vehicle is not even there. Do you understand? If, assuming your plate number is being loosed, it means you were not even there when these things were done. So you find out that it is wrong. Even if you are parking to get something, or you cleared due to one thing or the other, you should be there to say, okay, when they say, oh, yeah, move this vehicle off, others are trying to use the same way you have. But you see people parking their vehicles, going as far as spending hours as they wish. So that is, in fact, as at yesterday, we are reconciling with this traffic management agency. Let's see how we can synergize, because the truth is our roads are small and people have taken over the setbacks. So no other these private car owners or commercial have no other place to park other than the road. So since having identified that, let's create a parking space, or you label so you can park here. You understand? And when you park here, you can, make sure you don't obstruct free flow of traffic. No. But some other parts that are labeled clearly, no parking. People
do you put no parking sign?
Yeah. A lot. If you walk, you can even send some pictures for you to see. In fact, the argument we even have with the traffic management agencies, they said that it is their responsibility to mark the roads.
Have they been doing that?
They have not done, but the local government have done. No, and they said that they are still waiting for their budgets and all that to be passed. Okay, so for the time being, let's make do of the visible one the local government have done, so that we can collaborate and make sure, and these things are visible, clearly written.
Okay, so but Nelson, is it really right for you to employ the services of touts, to pull out someone's number plate?
These are no touts,
No, you see them everywhere on the street. In fact, they wear your own jacket.
If
clearly written, Umuahia North local government.
If somebody is putting on an apron that clearly read where he's coming from, it is not right to give him a nomenclature that says he's now a tout. Because
do you know how they harass people? Because I don't know the kind of orientation you actually give them. The fact there, is that they harass people. When you say, like this obstruction you're talking about, they will harass you, physically abuse you, take that, try to remove your plate number and all that. Even in markets, it's still the same thing. What kind of orientation do you give these people? Because they go overboard.
Well, we don't encourage anybody showing some flexes of intimidation against the other. And if that is the case, we must call them to order and make sure that you must not. In fact, the other time I said, when you see people, if there is a way of encouraging them, read this thing, don't park here again. You encourage them, but don't show some level of arrogance, intimidation, or some level of touting, just like you say. Be very, very simple, because you represent an organization or the government. You must act like such. And I must assure you that I will take this up. That's why I told you we are collaborating with the team with the traffic management agency. Once we get them fully operational, I can assure you, you will stop seeing some of this other, because two people cannot be in the field doing the same thing. Do you understand? So that is why, in fact, yesterday I have to encourage the traffic management team to please get me the list, or the mayor that directed. Let's have your list of men and the number of men you have in the field. If it's not enough, we tell you it is not enough. Do you understand? So that we can make sure we manage this issue of traffic activities and offenses very well.
Okay, now let's look at the market, revenue collection in markets. How many markets do you control? I mean, Umuahia North, within the Umuahia metropolis.
In fact, as it goes now, we have not started any revenue engagements in markets. In fact, particularly the one at Ishigate.
Okay.
You cannot dislodge people without giving them an alternative. For the past 2 weeks, the mayor have been on tours around the local government to see where can be a good alternative to transfer these traders. And by interviewing them, most of them made complaints that, because the instruction was to take them to Oban. And you see them saying that most of the things we sell here are perishables, vegetables and some other things that is needed to cook. Somebody will not, because of maybe fresh fish of less than 1,000 naira, he will take keke from here to Oban. And our people are coming up in terms that they have not started getting used to the malls where you can go and buy anything you buy, and you see them saying those things are not fresh, it's refrigerated and all that. So it's a matter of time. Before we had just shop rights, now you can see Market Square is there, and they're making good sales. So for the time being, others still prefer the table transactions. So, and they said that if they can give them somewhere closer to the urban settlements, which are where many of their customers comes from, the streets within Umuahia. So we've considered that. In fact, there was a place we got behind ITC. It was in fact, when we did feasibilities there, it happened that the place is prone to landsliding and some other
ITC. That should be along Osa Road.
Osa Road, yes.
Okay.
So we found out that place wasn't suitable. In fact, the latest we got now was towards Bend the Road. There is a market there we want to convert to everyday market. In fact, the architects have gone there to start.
Is it the Orioba market?
No. After Orioba, down.
Okay.
Down. I think is Ama Ojiji or something. There is a market there. We want to expand. The mayor wants to expand to an everyday market so that the people at Isigate can quietly be relocated. And if you look at it too, people have started using Oruba very, very well, and which is causing another level of obstruction, because that is a road there. So, and if you look at the distance between Oruba and that market, is a matter of keke for 15 naira. Do you understand? So that we can create an alternative and decongest the city center. So for now, there is no engagement on revenue activity.
So you don't collect revenue from those traders at Ishigate?
No, we don't.
But you see people collect, and it's assumed that it's from Umuahia now.
No. You know, it's part of this thing I'm telling you. We met a system that was so bad. Do you understand? There are no records of some of the activities maybe the previous administration we are doing, or we gave this person this contract, we gave this one person this, we gave this person that. That's why immediately the mayor came on assumption of office. He revoked whatever thin paper you think you have from this office. Just know that it has been revoked. You need to come back so that we know who you are. And going by what the BRR is doing, we want to automate everything. So any bond body there doing anything is on his own. I can tell you categorically clear. Do you understand that anybody doing anything like this morning after here, I'm going for a meeting with the BRR, and market ticketing is part of what we are even putting in, or they have put in the automation they are trying to do.
Okay. Now, that Oruba market you talked about, though you said you've not started any revenue engagement in markets, but are you also aware that there are touts that go out there to harass people within Oruba market?
Yes.
Have you received that?
Some weeks ago. In fact,
in the name of revenue collection.
Some weeks ago, it was even on the news.
Yes.
That somebody was killed there.
Yes.
Who came to harass traders, and when they organized a resistance against them, the police came, they challenged the police and all that. In fact, the mayor, we went with the mayor ourselves and told the people not to.
Have you gone there? Have
Yes.
you gone to the market?
Yes, we told the people not to. In fact, the mayor asked, who are the leadership of this market? It was there they said they don't have any leadership. The mayor said, no, there must be a leadership, so that when things happen, we can know who to ask. He told them to organize themselves and get a leadership, even from the community, from the major traders. They should come for a meeting. Even the councillor from there have to bring them together. Let's have an organized system to know what is going on here. And all these the desperate young guys who come to harass, and it should stop, because these guys come from somewhere. If you look at it very well, they might even be indigents. So that if we get anybody doing some things, we know where to trace the person and how to get the person.
Well, Nelson, it's not enough for you, to come on radio to actually give the impression that you talk to your men, those you have on the street that wear jacket to collect revenue and all that, to be civil. What are you going to do in-house to make sure that these people are actually civil? Because it's not about saying it and people are hearing, but when you go out there, you find out they are not civil actually. Are you promising that you're going to do a kind of training or reorientation for these your men who are on the street? You said we shouldn't call them touts, but their kind of behavior obviously suggests that of a tout. So if you're saying we shouldn't call them a tout, what are you going to do to change their behaviors on the street so that people will stop calling them touts?
Okay. In fact, we keep on with the orientations, just like you said. And if you have watched before now, sometimes you see people getting involved in altercations and street fighting for over activities like this. And over the past weeks, I don't think that have been seen. And the mayor has even opened up a public complaint desk to get feedbacks from activities happening around the streets of Umuahia. And believe you me, we've gotten quite a handful on these activities, which we put them all together, then we take another decision. Because one thing is putting up a policy, and you assess the extent to which this was followed and you is either you remove it, or you change it, or you amend. So I assure you, from today, you are going to see another modus of their operations. You understand, in terms of this obstruction. And that is why I assured you that we are discussing with TMAS, Traffic Management Agency, Abia State Traffic Management Agency. We are discussing with them to see how we can really bring in experts engagement in terms of this, because the fact is that people must move around every day. People must stop somewhere at some point. So we are trying to see how we can organize this, and even just like I told you, with the what's it called, with the Umuahia Development Authority, so that we can see how to recover these setbacks, so that people can park off the road. When people park off the road, believe you me, there will be no need for any harassment or any. But the same people that are complaining of being harassed are the same people who built or developed their properties to the road, causing others not to have a place to park. So we are before the end of this next month, efforts will be done. The Umuahia Development Authority manager has assured that in fact they have sent some demands and a paper instruction telling people to remove some of these extensions that they did, that have obstructed people from having a good place to park.
What is the synergy between the Umuahia North local government area and other local government areas, especially the ones we have in Aba? Because I understand that some commercial motorists fly from Umuahia to Aba, and once they get to probably is it Osisioma now or all those places, they get harassed, and if they are also coming back to Umuahia North, they also get harassed. Is there any synergy between Umuahia North and other local government, maybe mayors and their officers, to make sure that we have a threat-free road and street as well?
Well, I don't understand what you mean when they are coming back to Umuahia.
We've gotten complaints, from commercial motorists who fly from here to Aba, of touts, harassment, and
you mentioned those issues. Yes, I'm more concerned about Umuahia.
Yes, and if they are coming back too,
at what point in Umuahia North we can?
I think they start from Obakala, getting to Umuahia, right inside Umuahia.
I would like to investigate this.
Yeah, please do.
For the much I know, nobody has harassed any commercial transport porter. You understand? You set off from the park, you have the next place you have is another park in another local government where you have to offload. It's not just only people from Umuahia North, it's not just only Aba. You have people who go to Zakoli, which is Ben, the local government. You have people who go to Umuahia. You have people who go to Isu.
Take for instance people that are coming from Aba. Can you just give us a kind of overview or paint a picture? So the bus stop where they are supposed to stop, so that this issue of obstruction.
When they come in from Aba, that's what I told you. The final bus stop they are supposed to stop is that Umuahia Park.
Yeah.
And coming in, you see people who say, I want to stop at Uchenna Junction.
Exactly.
I want to stop at FMC Junction. Do you understand? All his advice is because is this offloading or dropping somebody is just a matter of few seconds, possibly a minutes. There is no task force. In fact, as those junctions, you still find these yellow and black uniform people, the traffic management guys who are there, who will still encourage the drivers to hasten up, drop your passengers and continue. So I've not seen or had any reasons where people are they harassing them that immediately you stop to offload a passenger, you pay some amount,
something like that.
I will investigate this because we have these operators, these drivers, particularly they are not vehicle owners. Do you understand? Because the people who've given a permit to operate are the owners of these vehicles, and they've not given us feedbacks like this. So I'll take this, I will not relent, I'll take this up to call them, for them to really give me the true situation of it, and we'll investigate it too, making sure that on all these points where they are expected to stop and drop somebody, nobody is harassing them.
All right, if you're just joining us, it is the platform, the pinnacle of all discussion. My guest is the special advisor on revenue and policy formulation to the mayor of Umuahia North Local Government Area, Comrade Nelson Umuahia. It's time for us to actually open the phone line. I'm sure you have so many issues bordering on the Menace of Touts in Umuahia. Let us deal with Umuahia precisely. Bring them on now. I'm sure that Nelson is very much equipped to handle them. So if you have any complaint as regards to the activities of touts here in Umuahia North Local Government Area, you can call us on 080-8182-6949 or 08116052949. You can also send your SMS or go to our Facebook page and drop your comments. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, welcome.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Ginika.
Good morning, welcome.
Thank you. I thank your guest and I want to say good morning, sir.
Good morning very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. My name is Mr. Chijoke. I am calling from Benderodo, Maya.
Welcome.
Well, I want to thank you for your interaction and your explanation concerning this division of the mayor Umuahia North and also the vision of the governor. What I want to say concerning this is that we have a good a new government in Abia, and I believe that Abians have witnessed the past administration and the present one. They know the one that is working for them, and I believe that all of us need to work together to actualize the vision of the governor, because I know in the past the way it is. And presently, I am begging the mayor, the way touting, the way I'm seeing them in Umuahia North and Yosisioma and also Aba South is not encouraging. So I am begging the mayor to do whatever he can do. At least, I know he's doing well, but let him add more. Let him add more so that people will rest in Abia. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chijoke, for your contribution there. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Alvan, it appears that the network in Bende is not really... Yes, you can hear me very well, but I'm struggling to hear you. But go ahead, let's see if we can hear you.
Yeah, I want to talk because it's straight area.
Okay, Alvan, maybe you call us back. Like I told you, your network is not really good. Maybe change location and call us back, then we can talk. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Ginika.
Good morning, welcome.
Yeah, good morning, your guest in the house.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, there's Mohammed Abbas from Government College, Umuahia.
Welcome, Mohammed.
Yeah, first of all, issue of this talk, I don't know whether, last time under last government, we are complaining about the way those people that are treating marketers, sometimes they can come and scatter their big umbrellas and scatter their goods and rest of them. And now we have a new government that is trying to stop this. But some people, they are wearing different caps and different uniforms. And still they want to do work than even the ones that are doing for past government. It's not good. You as a leader, it's good to call them in order. I'm telling you the fact, if you go instigate the rest of them, the way those people that are treating, taking the name of the rest of them, it's very, very bad. I'm coming for this motor park we are talking about, Like example now, if you go to the Ibo State now, Ibo State gets only one motor park, the largest. And it's like department by department. Any country, any state you want to go, you will see the motor that you want to go. That is the best thing to do, you understand? Because if you go to Ifigate is the small place and road is too small, you understand? And if you go up to state, it's a free motor, So government is supposed to get the largest, motor park. One park, like if you go to African Game, you see that park, you know that yes, anywhere you want to go, you will see the motor there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mohammed, for your contribution there. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I will have to from Umuahia.
Welcome.
Good morning, sir, in the house.
Good morning, my brother.
Okay, I must confess, these people have a good plan. And I must commend the government for such initiatives on ground. My own take this morning is just to plead with the mayors to consolidate on the plan of the governor to ensure that the governor gets closer to the people. Now, let me come to the issue of Umuahia. There are a whole lot of work to be done. The people really need to be given proper orientation to comply with the directives of the government before. And there are a whole lot of things on considering issue gate, moving this market. There has been an attempt to do that and it has not worked out. Has not been proper orientation. Talk about Uduba and so many other things that need to be fixed in the city of Umuahia. This is my concern. So I want to plead with the mayor of Umuahia North to break up this break challenge because it is going to, on the side of those that will be collecting government revenue, they really need to do a whole lot of proper and stable work. On the side of the people, there should be orientation for them to comply.
Okay.
So there are a lot of work on their table to do. So I want to urge them to just keep up good work.
All right. Thank you so much. Though we're actually struggling to hear him, but we're able to grab one or two things that he actually said there. Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning, Mr. Limeka.
Good morning. Welcome.
Yes. Good morning, Nelson.
Good morning, sir.
All right. Please, I'm calling from Umuahia.
Okay.
So yes, I'm very happy about this discussions we are doing on this in that studio. One thing I want to let you know, my name is Nelson, about the starting of your thing. Along that road leading to Oban Market, those villagers, the whole youth are filling that place up. Honestly, in the morning you see them even before 10 o'clock because of this revenue coming. They will be there even before the even people that used to another thing will come. So the certain people, even people that came from far place. I mean, if you see that the way they harass this driver, even kitchen people, it's too alarming. So please, put down your eyes and let's make sure this start along that road because that very thing has made some people going to them to buy things very difficult for them because they are afraid of those guys, the way they molest them along that road.
Okay. All right.
Put down your eyes and monitor that guys.
Thank you so much. Nelson, you can react to some of the concerns raised now.
Yes, sir. Just like I said earlier, the most tedious job to do in the tire of government or has the most responsibilities we are the local government because you have to deal with masses directly. One, we have a whole lot of jobs to do. I must confess to that. And in fact, the mayor have braced up to these responsibilities to an extent that most times we leave the office by 9 p.m. In fact, to an extent, the mayor even made the joke that, look, he doesn't think 24 hours is enough for this job.
Okay,
because
Nelson, just hold on. Let's pay some bills. When we come back, you just continue from your explanation. All right, so welcome back to the program. It's still the platform, the pinnacle of all discussion. My guest is the special advisor to the mayor of Umuahia North local government area on revenue and policy formulation, Nelson Uluocha. Go ahead. You were actually making a point.
Yeah. And last week, just on Monday, the mayor sat with all the president generals of villages and communities in Umuahia North, just to encourage them on the reason, on the need to use or be more closer to his office and report of activities going on in the rural areas, and which have taken these activities of Umuahia youths and road block orchids as a thing to go and discuss and invite the village head or president.
Okay, so you were aware of it before?
I'm not aware. No, I'm just hearing it for the first time.
Okay.
So, and I will make sure that will cease to happen from this moment. Then back to somebody who mentioned about having a central park. Just like I said, activities of that is ongoing. As I tell you, all the architects are busy doing a design for Okigwe Park and Aba Park, for us to have a central place where people can move in, and that of the market, say destroying umbrellas and tables of these petty traders, I don't think that is true. You can go and verify. The mayor have said, in fact, the mayor have every Monday he takes a tour around Umuahia urban area, and he encouraged these people, just know that we are going to give you an alternative place to stay and do your businesses. We share in the apply, because that market started as an evening market, and today you can see the whole place is overwhelmed with crowd and population. That is why I keep mentioning about urban migration. You can see the population of Umuahia North keeps increasing every day, and we must make plans towards relocating people and city expansion. Then back to what somebody said about issues of touts and some of these revenue collection. Like I said, activities like this, we have a desk for public complaints, and these ones recorded here too, we still form part of that complaints we receive. I assure you, from today, measures will be put in to check the excesses and activities of these people, and to have a solid collaboration with the traffic management agency to make sure we have enough men. Just like Ishi Gates. Do you understand? Having only one person there is not enough. We have to bring extra hands, up to 10 or 15 people, to make sure they check activities. I have to give you information. Somebody came and parked his vehicle on the road, almost the center of the road, using it to sell bread. You understand? So you find out that our people most times needs to be reoriented. There was a young girl of 22. I told, look, you can't bring your umbrella and your table on the road to sell. Do you know what she asked me? She replied by Onochiregozo Oyinwe space. So you find out that these people grew up seeing street hawking and trading as a norm. And when you tell them that you are not supposed to put up anything on the main road, on the quota, they find it difficult to comprehend. But we'll keep reorientating them on activities for them to do the right thing.
Okay, on our Facebook page is Joseph Ndukwe. He said, I will urge the mayor to strategically deal with the tout issue, as Umuahia remains the state capital, and at that needs sanity. Organization should be seen. Thank you so much. Chris Godwin said some touts still collect money from keke riders at Ahiuko Lokoro. Why? He's asking. Chinedumo Kafa said we must change our nasty ways of doing things to having a sanitized society. There should be quality reorientation on the ways the government go about collecting their revenues from the people. I want to commend the governor on the initiative on ground to bring governance closer to the people. And also urge the mayors to ensure they consolidate on the efforts of the state government to make Abia a better and safer place to be. Thank you so much. Well, that's all. We have to leave the studio now. Let me sincerely thank you, the special advisor to the Mayor Umuahia North Local Government Council on Revenue and Policy Formulation, Comrade Nelson. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Please, that orientation is very necessary for those people you send out there, to collect revenue. It's very, very
It's
necessary.
not just on our side, on the side of the people.
Yes, everybody.
So that everybody can have an understanding of what the government intends.
Okay. And to all of you who called in and who actually dropped your comment on our Facebook page, thank you so much. May God bless you. Sincere thanks to my producer, Samson Eze. Stanko, the guy behind the camera, I appreciate you. My name is Ginika Olwa. Let's keep praying for Abia and Nigeria to get better. I'll see you again. Good morning.